The black eye. It was an ordinary evening. A man was walking past a playground. A ball, kicked during play, accidentally struck his head. He lost balance and fell down. Children pulled him up and he walked away. He reached the home with mild headache. By the night the ache was dull, so he slept. And the next morning his mirror told a different story. A black eye. The black eye or periorbital hematoma is a bruising around the eye, commonly due to the injury to the face or to the head. The injury occurred on the face, yet the bruise appeared around the eye. To understand it, we must trace the anatomical planes of head and the eyelid, as this bruise follow anatomy, not impact. Scalp, that is where the injury of black eye truly begins. The scalp has five layers: skin, dense connective tissue, aponeurosis, loose areolar tissue, and pericranium. The occipitofrontalis has two muscular belly, frontal and occipital, joined by epicranial aponeurosis. Posteriorly, it is attached to the bone at superior nuchal line. Anteriorly, there is no bony attachment. The frontalis end in the skin and subcutaneous tissue of the eyebrow, blending with fibers of orbicularis oculi and corrugators supercilii. These attachments direct blood towards the eyelid, creating a black eye. Beneath the aponeurosis, there is a loose areolar tissue layer, the dangerous layer of scalp. It is a potential space where blood and fluid spread freely. Anteriorly, it is continuous with the attachment of frontalis muscle. It also contains valveless emissary vein connecting scalp vein to the intracranial sinuses, giving infection a direct route to the brain. The skin of eyelid is the thinnest in the body. The tissue beneath is loose and yielding, and blood supply is rich. The fatty tissue around the eye socket allow a potential space for blood accumulation. The orbital septum separates the eyelid from the deeper orbital contents. So the blood from the scalp is spread forward into the eyelid and around the eye, but not into the orbit. Let's state the anatomical pathway which is followed by the blood. When a person sustains a blunt injury to the head, small vessels in the scalp rupture and blood begins to collect into the loose areolar tissue. Then the blood moves freely forward and downward through the continuous tissue planes and reaches beneath the orbicularis oculi muscle. From there, it is spread into the upper and lower eyelid. The eyelids act as a dependent pouch, allowing blood to track downward under the influence of gravity. So even a small volume of blood entering this space is spread rapidly and produce prominent swelling and discoloration known as black eye. Timeline of the black eye. Over the next few days, the trapped blood begins to break down. As the hemoglobin is metabolized, its pigments change and the color of bruise changes with it. First it appears red, within few days it turns purple, then green, and finally yellow. The sequence of color change reflects the timeline of hematoma resolution. A black eye may result from direct trauma to the face, head injury, scalp hematoma, or surgical procedures such as sinus, nasal, dental, or cosmetic surgery. The main symptoms are eyelid swelling and discoloration accompanied by pain. There are some signs that should not be ignored and need immediate attention. They are known as warning signs. They are visual disturbance like diplopia or blurred vision, proptosis, pain or restricted eye movement, persistent headache, clear fluid or blood from the nose or eye, neurological symptoms, seizure or repeated vomiting. The distinction between a black eye and orbital hematoma depends on orbital septum. If the orbital septum is intact, this is a black eye. But if the orbital septum is breached, this is an orbital hematoma, an ophthalmic emergency. Diagnosis is based on clinical history, general physical examination, ocular examination, and imaging. CT scan of orbit and facial bones is investigation of choice. First aid in first 24 to 48 hours require cold compresses, head elevation, analgesics for pain, and monitoring for neurological sign. The treatment depends on warning signs. If no warning sign is present, manage conservatively. But if the warning signs appear, this becomes an emergency and urgent referral is mandatory. A black eye is only the messenger of head trauma. The skull stays silent and eyelid told the story.